Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Well, if you're just joining us, I'm sure you're well aware we're a little early. First pitch in your game that you're tuned in for, this baseball matchup between Reinhardt and Pikeville, is not for a whopping 40 minutes. So we're really, really early. We're ahead of schedule in the 2025 AAC baseball tournament. But, you know, if we can help it, we like to have content for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang out with you. I'm not going to be talking. I'm going to send you across town to the softball tournament, but you'll be able to see a live look on the right side. That's right now live from Hunter Wright Stadium, where Reinhardt's Eagles and the Pikeville Bears are going to square off, showdown at noon Eastern time. And while we wait together, we're waiting with you, right? Gary Justice and I are here in the booth in the press box for the Southeast Sports Network, and very thankful and glad you're along for the ride. While we hang out, you can watch the Rams and Cavaliers play some softball, so it's not just the waiting screen. And when we get closer to our first pitch, we'll send you to a break. We'll come back with the open. Gary and I will preview the matchup, and we'll get underway. It's a 12 o'clock Eastern first pitch on the Southeast Sports Network. And now, as soon as this break is over, I'll send you across town to the 2025 AAC softball tournament. Deshaun Bullock and Jeff Campbell on the call over there. Thanks for being with us all day long.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
And Instagram, same with the softball tournament. We have a lot of action this week.
A lot of action. The baseball's going on already across town. Gabe Shry, Gary Justice on the call on the Southeast Sports Network.
That first pitch, a bit high, called for a ball. Isabella Davis back in the circle. Has already struck out a batter.
Yeah, just four batters faced for Davis in that first inning. Kayla Reed at the plate now, the designated player.
As Michaela Reed gets some contact on that, that is going to be hitting the foul territory. Kayla Reed yesterday, she was part of that 10-hit day for Montreat. Went 1 for 3 yesterday, 2 RBIs. Was walked once. As now she will be retired. Second strikeout of the day for Isabella Davis. Just continuing what she's done in this conference tournament.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice approach to, to Reed in and out, and then got her on the strikeout to record the first out of the bottom of the second inning for Columbia International.
First pitch, bit low on outside. That will be called a ball, 1-0 count. Jasmine Rochelle at bat. 2 for 2 yesterday, 2 walks, 1 run scored. She was one of those players that also helped Montreat rally back against Milligan.
Yeah, had a nice game at the plate. I mean, just, move runners, hard hit. This Montreat lineup is deep. They've got some ladies that can absolutely, they know the situation, the situation they're in, especially in this elimination game. They have the ability to square one up, so just a matter of time.
Next pitch was a bit high, 2-2 count. Isabella Davis looking to retire this next batter, continue this quick inning of work. Inside pitch, finds the inside corner. That is another strikeout in this inning.
Isabella Davis setting them up, mowing them down. 2 consecutive strikeouts here in the bottom of the second. Nice performance thus far by Davis.
So now she'll take this pitch.
Davis yet to allow a hit today. Only one batter reaching first base, Amaya Hernandez in the first via the walk. Davis very efficient in the circle.
Shortstop Dayton Kell up to bat. Went 1 for 3 yesterday. Had 1 RBI. So right now it's a 2-0 count, has the advantage. Davis looking to take this next pitch. That one is going to be popped up into foul territory.
Very, very smart play.
Absolutely.
By the third baseman for Columbia International, Sophia Noriega. Had the backspin on it. She let it hit going to foul territory. No way you're going to throw Kell out with her speed.
That's just understanding the situation.
Situational awareness is very, very important to a successful softball team. Columbia International displaying it on that one.
So 2 outs on the board, 2-1 count. Davis. She'll take this next pitch. That one fast, a little bit low in the dirt. That will bring it to a 3-1 count.
Yeah, way ahead in the count. Had a room to throw a low one out of the zone. Try to get Kell to chase.
Got contact that goes right into foul territory in the left field.
Yeah, hammered that one right in on her hands. Too close for Kell to take, so she just disposes of it down the third base line. Count will remain 3-1.
This time she will get contact, and that will stay in play. First hit of the day for Dayton Kell.
There's a nice piece of hitting by Kell. Fouled one similar to that off down the third base line. That one a little more over the heart of the plate. Drove it hard in the 5-6 hole. Reaches first base. First hit of the day for Montreat.
And now Hernandez will pop that right in the right field. So CIU escapes this inning, only giving up 1 hit, leaving 1 runner on. We will now see if CIU's offense can continue what they're doing, build some more hits, and then try to drive in some more runs. We'll find out after this quick break here with Southeast Sports Network and AAC Softball Championships. Top of the third action as we have. Victoria Alcantar will be returning to the circle. So far, 2 innings of work. 1 batter struck out. Megan Stosenbach will make her way up to bat. Had a sack bunt in her last go.
Stosenbach, the center fielder for the Rams. Seen her make some nice plays out in the grass for Columbia International this week.
Leading off, the center fielder, number 25, Megan Stolzenbach.
Bats from the left side. Columbia International here, 1-run lead, top of the third. Love to get this leadoff runner on. Move her around, put her in a scoring position.
Here we go, top of the third action. First pitch, that one is going to be called for a ball, 1-0 count.
Nice eye by Stolzenbach. That one about a ball outside, not giving chase.
This time back right in the zone. 1-1 count. Megan Stosenbach looking to try to get her a hit. CIU with 3 hits on the day so far, 1 run scored, 1 fielding error. takes this next pitch. That more on the inside. Got a little bit of contention in the crowd. They felt like that was a strike, but that does go down as a ball. 2-1 count. So now Alcantara takes this next one. Stosenbach got some contact on that. That will be a foul ball. 2-2 count. CIU in the bright yellows today. Montreat in the gold.
I love those bright yellow uniforms from Columbia International. Just sort of pops out there on the infield dirt.
They've had quite the different combinations this week for the tournament with the navies and the bright yellows. This time Stosenbach. That will drop right in right field. Stosenbach sees it. She'll take an opportunity to go right to second. She'll dive right there, throwing error, but she's going to try to make her way to third, and she will make it safely.
Well, I said get the leadoff hitter aboard and move her around. Stosenbach did all of the above. Got on board, moved herself around, standing on third with nobody out here in the top of the third inning.
That hit just hugging that right field line. Saw the opportunity to take her way to second, and then with the throwing error, she decided to just take her way straight to third.
Yeah, heady base running. Love the effort on the slide, and then she had a great view of the ball rolling into the outfield. Knew she could get to third easily.
As now Stosenbach makes her way right home.
A little suicide squeeze work to perfection. Stolenbach scores, and Mayer's out at first, but a nice play, nice execution from Columbia International.
The first baseman, number 18.
Mayers does the job. She'll get thrown out.
It was a well-placed bunt right in front of the pitcher. Stosenbach using her speed, seeing it off the bat, beating the throw.
It's now Thompson. She'll put that right in the outfield. Right in the center, that will be another put out. So second out of the inning.
The DP, number 22, Raleigh Stewart.
Now Raleigh Stewart. 0 for 1 on the day so far, last at bat. She did pop up right to the pitcher.
Stewart, another one of these dynamic hitters for Columbia International.
And she'll take this next pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 count.
Pretty pitch on the outside part by Alcantara.
That one got a little cut on that. That did go into foul territory. So now she'll look to try to get the signal from the catcher. Alcantara. Look to try to escape out of his inning, just giving up 1 run. Takes this pitch. I want to be on the outside. That will be called for a ball. 2-2 count.
Yeah, great eye from Stewart. Pace in the box. 2-2 count. Hitters count. 2 down. Top of the third.
As now Stewart. That is grounded right to short. 6-3 put out. Ends the inning. So CIU does get a hit, gets 1 run, so they do the job of trying to build that lead even more. Can Montreat match this intensity, or will CIU make a quick inning? We'll find out after this quick break here with Southeast Sports Network in Kingsport, Tennessee. Bottom of the third action, Isabella Davis will return to the circle. 2 innings pitch. 3 batters struck out. Only 1 batter walked. Montreat will have Hannah Henderson, who will be making her first at bat of the day.
Yeah, Montreat still on their first trip through the lineup, seeing Davis. Henderson, the number 9 hitter. Abby White and Amaya Hernandez will follow her.
Henderson yesterday went 1 for 2. Started off, didn't start off as the catcher, then came in as a pinch hitter, then finished the game as the catcher. Had 1 run scored.
Bottom of the third, Montreat. Only 1 hit in this softball game thus far.
Great pitch right down the middle. That would be called strike.
With only 2 base runners aboard, so Montreat's got to get some base runners. Try to get back in this one.
Tried to get a good swing on that. That was missed. 2-2 count.
Yeah, nice hack by Henderson. Just couldn't catch up with it. Great pitch from Davis. Fouled off down the left field line by Henderson.
This time, Mayers tried to get a good hand on that. That is going to be popped right past her. Henderson will make her way to first. Second hit from Montreat.
A great piece of hitting by Hannah Henderson. The ball was a little outside. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just tried to get the barrel on the ball. Poked it right over the head of Dallas Mayers into shallow center field. Good enough for a hit and a leadoff runner for Montreat.
As now Abby White back at the plate. We're back at the top. 0 for 1 today. She did pop out to center field at her first at bat. And now with Henderson on first, that's a threat to steal if she wants to.
Yeah, she's got some speed. With nobody out. So far it appears they're going to use White to try to sacrifice her over to second base. No balls and 2 strikes on the batter. More than likely be swinging away right here.
Davis takes that pitch. Got some contact on that. Keeps it at the 0-2 count.
Davis doing a good job elevating that pitch. A little too close for White to take. Just try to get a bat on it to stay alive.
Also hitting the foul territory. Stays at 0-2 count. White competing at this at-bat.
Yeah, she's AAC Freshman of the Year, very talented player.
And Davis, great way to just go ahead and get Henderson, get the lead runner out.
Yeah, great play by Davis. Bobbled the ball a little bit, still had time to throw it to second to eliminate Henderson. Get the first out of the inning. White will go to first on the fielder's choice. But getting that first out is huge for the Rams.
That is going to be popped right into the infield. Second out. That was Corte getting that put out.
Yeah, easy play for Carmela Corte at second base. Ball was hit a mile in the air. Seemed like she had to wait forever on it, but did a good job staying underneath it, recording out number 2.
And that first out from Davis, I'm really a fan of how she really just had the idea to already just throw it straight to second, get the lead runner out. That is a very, for a freshman, you don't really see that. Yeah. That is a very experienced play right there.
And a very experienced play and great communication by her catcher. She was going 2-2-2, telling her to cut down that lead runner. And, you know, that's the kind of play that has to be well executed. It has to be a good throw. Mayer's coming over from short to cover the bag. And bang, bang play, recorded that out. And it was big for the Rams here in the bottom of the third.
That pitch a bit high. That will be called for a ball. So Maggie Knight, she made it. She reached on a fielder's choice at her last at bat. Takes that pitch. A little bit high in that zone.
Yeah, counts in the favor of Maggie Knight right here. Pick out one she wants.
So now she'll get some contact. That'll bring it to a 3-2 count. So full count. 2 outs on the board. CIU looking to escape.
2 outs on the board, full count. Runner's going to be in motion at first.
Davis, she'll take this pitch. Knight getting some contact on that last one as well.
This is the kind of play you can see right here. If Maggie Knight can get something in the gap to the outfield with Wyatt moving on the pitch, she's going to be standing at third and has a potential to score.
Knight, Corte bobbles that. Knight will make her way to first. So Corte, a little bit of a hard-hit ball, but had a chance to ground it, get her out at first.
Yeah, that's a play that Corte makes 9 out of 10 times. This time she'll be charged with an E4, but that allows Montreat now runners on first and second, 2 outs. Fethke coming to the plate. She had a great day yesterday, and she continues that this morning. May see a run on the board for Montreat.
You'll see a quick mound visit. CCIU's coach. Just talking to the defense, understanding the situation. 2 outs on the board. Fethke up the bat. Fethke, as you do, she struck out at her last at bat. With the opportunity, you know she's going to want to at least get a base hit or try to knock one out again, like she did yesterday.
Big opportunity here. Player that we've seen be in those situations multiple times this week, and she's been able to deliver.
That pitch outside, that would be called a ball.
Fethke ahead in the count. Fouled that one off, and she really liked it, just couldn't catch up to it.
Definitely was going for it. You know she wanted to get some contact on that.
First and second. Have runners, 2 out. Fethke at the bat.
Megan Stosenbach. Great catch by Megan Stosenbach.
Stosenbach showing that range. We mentioned it earlier. Had to drift over to right center field, caught that one over her head, and if she doesn't catch that, the 2 runs are going to score for Montreat. Great play in center field by Stosenbach.
We head into the top of the 4th. Montreat gonna have to figure out if they can slow down CIU. CIU's gonna try to build their lead even more right now, showing so much discipline on the defensive side. We'll take a quick break here with Southeast Sports Network at the AAC Softball Championships. Top of the 4th action in Kingsport, Tennessee. Macy Dry will make another appearance at bat. She was hit by pitch.
Top of the 4th, Columbia International had 2-0. Rams at the plate looking to add to that here.
And with this part of the tournament, what changes after today is there is no such thing as taking a day off if you win anymore.
That's it. That's it. You gotta be ready to go.
You'll see teams, if they win starting after today, you're gonna play again that same day.
That's right. 2-1, and that's nothing uncommon for a lot of these players.
Oh, absolutely.
And the travel ball that they play, and double headers in conference, and just, it's but it's always intriguing. I think, some teams maybe are a little better at that. You're more experienced teams. But right here in this tournament, when we get down to the final 8 and it gets down to crunch time, you're going to see these teams step up, be ready for play whenever they're called upon.
And again, after today, you're going to be down to just 6 teams as Macy Dry will make her way safely to first. Jasmine Rochelle bobbled that a little bit, still trying to make the throw. But Macy Dry with the speed that she has.
Yeah, it was a great hustle down the line by Macy Dry. As soon as the ball was hit, she dropped her head and
The catcher, number 8.
legged that one out. Another leadoff runner aboard for the Rams here in the top of the 4th.
So that will go down as a fielding error. Montreat now with 2 fielding errors on the day. So that is going to help advance a runner over. Macy Dry is going to make her way to third. She is going to be safe.
Yeah,
So instead of just advancing to second, she goes to third.
heady base running by Macy Dry. The single, the bunt attempt was fielded by the third baseman. Nobody was covering third. The left fielder had to come in and try to get the throw back from first. Heady base running by Dry, runner on third with only 1 out for Columbia International.
So if 1 out on the board, runner in scoring position, CIU looking to try to drive another run in. You have Carmela Corte, who's going to be up to bat.
They got a perfect opportunity here to hang another run on the board with only 1 out. But that just comes down to small ball. And you see a lot of teams do that in softball. They have a runner on first, sacrifice bunt, and then that runner going from first to second. It's just a read on her part. If there's nobody at third, she's going to go. She's going to slide. Somebody's going to have to make a great throw, great play, great tag. And Macy Dry hustling over there, getting herself 60 feet away from another run.
As you see the infield playing a bit more up for Corte on this. As you got Kell and Hernandez both about 2 or 3 more steps further up.
Yeah, they're going to try to throw Dry out at home if she attempts to go on a ground ball to the infield.
She'll take this pitch.
Columbia International scored a run earlier in this game on a suicide squeeze. I think Montreat may be expecting the same thing here in this situation.
Alcantor, 3.5 innings pitched, 1 batter struck out, 52 total pitches. That outside pitch is called for a ball. 2-1 count. Coming into today, beautiful weather again. I think we got some good weather, great breeze. Sun's starting to come out a little bit now in that field. You had a little bit of cloud showing at first.
Yeah, it's either partly sunny or partly cloudy, depending if you're an optimist or a pessimist, right? One thing I'm certainly not is a weatherman, but
absolutely
glad that we thought we may get some rain overnight. The field crew here tarped the field last night, but so far so good here in beautiful Kingsport, Tennessee.
3-1 count, 1 out on the board, and that will be called strike. Full count. Macy Dry on third.
Pretty curved ball from Alcantara there, just caught the outside corner. And this is a big out if Alcantara can record Corte via the strikeout.
And now runners in the corners. Corte makes her way to first. Batter now walked. That is the first walk for Victoria Alcantara.
And that's going to bring up Sophia Noriega, the third baseman. Single back in the second inning. Chance to do that again is going to drive in a run. Runners on first at third. Expect CIU to maybe send that runner to second. We'll see if Montreat chooses to try to throw her out at second.
Still 1 runner. And first, Corte will advance. Now, Dry will advance to third. Now you'll see Corte advance to Dry advance home. Corte advance to third. So right after advancing off the throw and runner advances home. That is just great. That's a great eye right there.
Great small ball, great base running. The runner on third on the bunt, the pitcher sort of looked at her. Pitcher goes to first, runner goes home safely. But, man, how about Corte on first? While all that's going on, she just goes over and takes third. Heady base running by the CIU Rams, and they lead 3-0 here in the top of the fourth inning.
And that was absolutely great small ball in that situation.
Well, you're in that situation, the third baseman picks up the bunt. The runner's halfway down the line, but there's nobody covering third. So if you throw it home, she's going to get back to third safely, and then you're going to have the bases loaded with only one out. So, they go to first, go home. That's the correct play. But great base running by the Rams gets the run across either way.
So that pitch a bit low in that zone. Called for a ball, 1-0 count. So 2 outs on the board. CIU leads 3-0.
Another runner on third, just 60 feet away.
Ooh, bounces off the
score.
leg.
It was just a hard hit ball by Guthrie right back at Alcantara. Off her leg, ricochets into left field. Cortez going to come home and score easily. Want to check on the pitcher, Victoria Alcantara, just to make sure she's okay. That was a shot.
Hard hit ball, hit right in the leg. Making sure she's okay. That is 2 runs in this inning. CIU with 5 hits. Starting to really get that offense going. Yesterday only allowed to 3 hits while being shut out.
Yeah, Columbia International. They'll put up 2 runs in their first round win over Columbia, shutout yesterday. And you just sort of had the feeling this morning they were going to put some runs on the board. And they've hung a 4-piece here on Montreat in the 4th inning. Runner on first, 2 outs. Megan Stolzenbach will be the batter. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first, tripled in the third.
So you're really seeing just a multitude of combinations for this offense, whether if it's playing small ball, getting those hits through the right side, left side, into the outfit as well.
No, you're right, Deshaun. Their playbook is wide open, and they're seeing the ball well, putting it in play, and putting a lot of pressure on this defense from Montreat.
And that is a great catch by Alana Hernandez. That's going to end off the inning with that. So, popped up right to second base. CIU adds 2 runs in this inning. Can Montreat finally get on the board, make a rally going into the bottom of the 4th? We shall find out after this quick break here with Southeast Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th action, Isabella Davis returns to the circle. 3 innings of work, 3 batters struck out, only 1 walk, 57 total pitches. Michaela Reed will be leading off. Jeff, what have we seen from CIU on the defensive side to just keep Montreat at 0?
Isabella Davis in the circle is a huge plus for CIU, changing her pitches, great speed, great location, keeping these hitters from Montreat off balance and off the base paths. Only giving up 2 singles, and a lot of those, when you give up those singles, there's nobody, you have an out or 2, then it doesn't kill you. You saw CIU make an error back in the 3rd inning, but they already had 2 outs, so that error didn't really come back to haunt them, and a clean sheet thus far for Davis as Montreat's yet to score a run.
There was something you said on day 1, and I really want to point it out that I really agreed with. Although there are some great hitters in this league, this is a pitcher's league, and you're showing it because these pitchers can control these games.
Well, I think, I'm a big believer in great pitching beats great hitting. And, A friend of mine back home, Amos Hamblin, his daughter was a great pitcher, and he said if the pitcher does her job and the catcher does her job, you don't need the other 7. Now, I think that's a little extreme. I think you definitely need the other 7, but when you've got somebody in that circle who is in command, in control, and has a solid defense behind her, you can beat anybody on any given day.
And that's just great analysis from Jeff Campbell, by the way.
Well, thank you, sir.
Just Rochelle up to bat, 0 for 1 on the day. She did strike out of her last go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That will be called for a ball, 1-0 count. So take that next pitch. Ooh. That is going to be lined right the first.
Caden Thompson. You've seen her show off her skills on the offensive side, but how about that? Fielding the hard line drive backhand to record the out on Rachel.
Just glued to the hand.
And you have to have your reflexes play first and third in this sport have to be unparalleled. You got to be quick. You can't be afraid of the ball. And Caden Thompson flashing the leather over the first.
In Kingsport, Tennessee, from Hunter Wright Stadium, it's college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with my good friend and analyst Gary Justice, a U-Pike Bear Hall of Famer. We're excited to bring you today's game, and Gary, perfect crew for this. Reinhardt is right in my backyard. I live in Southeast Tennessee and cover a lot of their home events, and you're a Hall of Famer from U-Pike.
And also, let's talk about the connection here. Jonathan Burton, the head coach at Reinhardt University. He coached Tyler Russell, the pitching coach at the University of Pikeville and College at Lindsey Wilson. And then you also have Cody Anderchuk, the head coach at the University of Pikeville, was hired to be the assistant coach at Lindsey Wilson for Jonathan Burton. So these two programs are connected a lot, as far as not only the announcers, but the programs, and this should be a great ball game between the Eagles and the Bears.
We are really excited for this one. As you can see, the Eagles are taking to the field. Beautiful weather today in Kingsport, Tennessee. 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind is 10 miles an hour. And let me knock on some wood before I say this. The disgusting R word, rain, has held off to this point, and hoping it continues on that way, as it is a beautiful, beautiful day for some college baseball right now. You can see the Bears are standing by. Christopher on the mound getting ready to deal for the Reinhardt Eagles. Will he be able to hold off these U-Pike Bears? Can the Bears surge from the number 9 seed and take down the number 1 seeded Reinhardt Eagles? We're going to find out today in Kingsport.
One thing with the Reinhardt Eagles, they lead the conference with 8 shutout wins on the season, so they know how to throw the baseball, lead the league as far as team ERA. And one thing about the University of Pikeville, offensively, they have to cut down on the strikeouts, put the ball in play as much as possible. Picked up a 3-2 victory yesterday over the CIU. This will be Reinhardt's first ball game in the postseason tournament. Defensively for the Eagles, Boscarino in left, Vargas in center, Osman in right. House is at third, Phelps is the shortstop, Dion's the second baseman, Vargas is at first, Stevens behind the dish, and Adam Christopher on the bump today for Reinhardt.
getting the start for the Reinhardt University Eagles, and the Pikeville Bears are standing by and ready to take to the plate and take to bat as we'll get started with the top of our first from Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport, Tennessee. It's been a long year. Reinhardt's season ended in what I would consider relative heartbreak last year in the national tournament, went all the way to the World Series championship and just couldn't pull it off. So today they're looking to get back on that same postseason path and keep it going with a win over the Pikeville Bears, who will be led off by Ferguson, the righty catcher.
Yeah, Ferguson's had a good year, and the Bears halfway through the season made the decision to start having the catcher lead off between Garosa and Ferguson. Both those guys have done a good job in that leadoff spot. Unusual, to say the least.
Love how active the dugouts are. Bang! Look out, center field. Will he fly out? Controlled by the Reinhardt University Eagles as Vargas is able to rove, get into this, and send him back to the dugout to get us started in Kingsport.
Yeah, first pitch swinging for Ferguson, bring up Cam Revolt. The Bears senior second baseman, the graduate student. He's had a good season, hit the baseball extremely well yesterday.
Yeah, Revolt looked great yesterday. Cam Revolt puts this one in play right down the line as it trickles over the turf, and he is safe on the bag at one. Trying to hustle across his house, and he couldn't get to it in time. The lefty just lets him go down the line where he'll be on the bag over at first.
Yeah, that's what you call the old swinging bunt. Got on his hands. 2 pitches on by Christopher 2 times. The Bears have swung the bat, and let's bring up the junior left fielder, Noah Brooks. Made a heck of a play yesterday, crashing into the wall.
Brooks is a righty left fielder.
Talking about that play, I talked to him before the ball game, make sure he's okay. He said he hurt his knee, got the wind knocked out of him, but he said he's ready to go today.
Glad to hear it. Never want to see anybody injured at any level, but these college guys who are in it for the heart of the game, obviously it's a little extra heartbreaking.
Pike Bears offensively led the conference in walks drawn and also being hit by a pitch. Got hit yesterday for the 91st time on the season.
Christopher, the 1-0. Choppered foul left. It evens our count at 1. One away. Revolt on board for the Pikeville Bears. He's standing on the bag over at first.
Yeah, Brooks is hitting several different spots in lineup for the Bears this year. 3, 4, 5, and even in a 6th spot. Seemed to settle in this 3-hole for the Bears.
This one is low into the turf for a second ball.
Yeah, for the folks in Waleska tuning in, as far as the Bears offensively, not known to stealing all the bases. They play for the extra base hit to score their runs. So you'll see at first base a short lead by Cam Revolt.
Count even at 2. Revolt standing on 1, 1 away. Brooks awaits the pitch from Christopher. Got it. This one fair. Skeeters out into left field. What a strike of the ball. Perfect placement. He's just able to sneak that one through a little gap.
Yeah, nice job of staying back on the baseball. Got fooled on the pitch. He definitely was off balance on his front foot. Had enough power behind it, though, to foul it off or hit it in the right field. Left field. Excuse me.
Gary, when you're talking about a team that's been as successful over the last few years as the Reinhardt Eagles, as powerful offensively as the Reinhardt Eagles, the Pikeville Bears know they have to come out, punch them in the mouth, so to speak, metaphorically, score some runs early. They're off to a hot start. This is exactly what they needed. Strike 1.
This will be Austin Gurney, the Bears right fielder, a senior from Canada. As you see Garen Gledhill in the way. You can see Austin. He's done a nice job. But you talked about playing with confidence, and if you're able to score in the top half of the first, I guess that team has the resume of Reinhardt.
Big cut for strike 2.
So this is a situation here. This is where Austin will have to choke up on the bat, spread his feet out, cut down on the strikeouts. We've talked about that in the pregame show. Over 300 times this year, the Bears offensively have struck out. Put the ball in play, move it around.
Christopher with 1 away. 2 on board the 0-2. Choppered foul right side, Skeeters through the turf.
Yeah, Christopher, a 3-pitch pitcher, definitely has the ability to use all 3 in any count. Austin Gurney, he's used to seeing a lot of off-speed pitches. But here, he can't be selective, got to foul it off till you can find something you can drive.
Gary, I asked you, how did the regular season series go between these two? Do you know off the top of your head? Last night at dinner, and you said, Gabe, they haven't played in forever. Could be controlled for the second out of the first. He's gone. Back to the dugout. 2 away for the Reinhardt Eagles as the Bears are fighting to score a man out on 2.
You talked about the regular season series. These two teams, this will be the second year the Bears have been in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. This due to the schedule. They didn't play last year. They haven't played this year in the regular season. And they didn't beat last year in the tournament. So they've met in the past as far as when there's non-conference. First time they met this year.
What's the water temperature like between these programs, in your opinion?
Well, where Reinhardt is where the Bears want to go.
Strike one, suffered quickly.
So you'll see this is Garen Gledhill. This is Bears DH, the junior from Las Vegas.
The lefty quickly thrown into a duel with Christopher. 2 away, lead runner on 2 for the Bears. Adam Christopher delivers the 0-1. Popped left, this trends foul and out of the stadium.
Yeah, Christopher's only thrown 13 pitches. He is pounding the zone, which is a staple for a Jonathan Burton coach baseball team. His pitchers will throw strikes.
2 really, really good coaching staffs. A lot of fun to watch them duel and play some chess today. 2 away. Ooh, little flash. Christopher will stay on the mound.
Again, you look Christopher, he'll look down on his wrist to see the pitch call. Then he and Stevens will get together to make sure they're on the same page.
Gledhill awaits the 0-2. Downs a ball low, really tight on the body.
Gledhill's had a nice season. He's hit all around the order as well. He's led off games. He's hit second. He's hit fourth. He's hit fifth, sixth, and seventh. Very a hitter with versatility up and down the lineup.
Stevens catching today for Reinhardt University. 1-2, got a hold of it. This goes foul as well as he'll stay alive. Gledhill battling that count.
It's one of those things where you look at programs like Reinhardt and the success they had year in and year out, and definitely under Jonathan Burton going to the next level. What is the recipe for success? I get guys who hit the baseball, but you also have guys who can throw the baseball.
Right side, and this will retire the top of the first. The Bears leave a couple of stranded on board. We're headed to the bottom as the Eagles will go to bat for the first time in Kingsport, Tennessee in the AAC baseball tournament.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
In Kingsport, we're into the bottom of the first. between Reinhardt University and the Pikeville Bears. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, glad you're with us.
Yeah, Robert Phillips leading off, the shortstop for the Reinhardt Eagles.
McTavish delivers this. Bang! Paints the outside low corner. What a delivery for the Bears.
Defensive for the Bears, Brooks in left, Paulino and senior Gurney in right, Milton at third, Sombrero at short, Revolt at second, Gagnon at first, Ferguson behind the dish. Shea McTavish on the bump. Shea has next level stuff too. He can definitely control a baseball game. Sometimes the base on ball will haunt Shea during his performance.
Count even at 1. Phillips fouls down the left field line off the base path. This goes for strike 2.
And I want to follow that negative with a positive here in the last 6 starts for Shea McTavish. The walks per game has been reduced. He's done a good job on the bump, making that adjustment, working with Coach Tyler Russell, the pitching coach.
McTavish, the 1-2. Phillips, a banger to left field, back towards the wall, controlled. Highlight reel, stamp it on there. Great catch out in left field. Pikeville's man Brooks able to track that. He gets a hit in his first at bat. Looking good and feeling it today in Kingsport.
Yeah, nice job of Noah Brooks. His first step was in, which that's the cardinal sin as an outfielder. He went that first step back, but he had enough speed to regain that ground and to make the play.
Really nice play. One away for the Bears as this is Dion. Second baseman watches that go by for a ball. Nearly caught the turf.
Yeah, Louis Dion does a nice job in this second hole for the Eagles. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Way he swings the stick.
Standing by in the circle, the Canadian, Nash Kroll.
You'll see a Canadian theme for both these rosters. Nash, one of the most talented players in the country, from north of the border. The young man on the bump is from north of the border, Shea McTavish.
Count even at 1. It rises to 2-1 with a second ball. One away.
Yeah, you look down the lineup for the Reinhardt Eagles. They got guys who can produce from the 1 spot all the way down to the 9.
Dion bangs this, looking for a bloop. Center right, this one out towards the wall. It's down, nearly hops over the chain link. He's across 2, deep scoring position, prime at 3, and he's going to be there easily safe, standing on his cleats at third base. Reinhardt in scoring position as we get the Canadian, the dangerous one, Nash Kroll to the plate.
Yeah, an excellent job by Louis Dion to drive that baseball to right field. Gurney thought he had a beat on it. The baseball just kept on carrying, got over his head. One hop the wall, and now the Eagles in business. Runner at third, only 1 out.
Well, and there's not much, Gurney makes the exact right play there. He stays with it. He gets back. He's fully extended. He let it all hang out. He didn't step the wrong way. Did everything right, just couldn't get under it. Kroll, a bomb to left field. Controlled for a second out, tagging up. Here come the Reinhardt Eagles with their first run of the game. He's in across the plate. Dion slides in to make it 1-0 Reinhardt University Eagles as he'll run back to the dugout and celebrate.
Yeah, he gets the Eagles on, get them over, get them in. Nice job of Kroll to drive in a runner on the sac fly, quickly 1-0.
The lefty center fielder Adrian Vargas, a great dangerous bat as well in this Eagles lineup. 2 away already. Reinhardt leading 1-0 against the Pikeville Bears. Vargas, bang, controlled. Have a nice time in the dugout. Stepping onto the bag is Gagnon, and it is 1-0 Reinhardt University Eagles as we will break and return in Kingsport, Tennessee with more AAC baseball.
favorite Southeast teams in action, we've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. As we go to the top half of the second, Adam Christopher will toe the rubber for a second time today. In that first inning, Christopher works the inning, gave 2 hits, 2 flyouts, 1 ground out, 16 pitches, pounded the zone with 13 strikes. Do it for the Bears in their half of the second. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Joe Gagnon, Francis Sombrero, and Mason Melton.
Leading off for the Bears, the first baseman, Joe Gagnon.
You see the Bears' first baseman, good look at him. He'll face Adam Christopher for the first time today. First pitch caught the outside corner, continues to pound the zone. Swung on off the end of the bat. That baseball will drop for a base hit. And Joe Gagnon will get the 3rd hit of the day for the Bears. And the leadoff hitter is on. Look at the Bears.
The shortstop,
Francis Sombrero. Caught the outside corner. Christopher continues to pound the zone. 3 hits for the Bears. And the first 6 hitters. Swung on, base hit. Gagnon will stop his second base. Back-to-back base hits, give the runners at first and second, nobody out.
The third baseman, Mason Melton.
I'll bring up the Bears' freshman third baseman, Mason Melton, from Corrington, Tennessee. I'm assuming this may be a bunt situation for Mason with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Shows bunt, pulls it back. You'll see the lead by Sombrero at first and Gagnon at second. One-0. Shows bunt, pops it up. Christopher's able to make the play. Now retire Milton on the pop out to the pitcher. Nice athletic play by Adam Christopher popping off the mound.
Riley Paulino.
I'll bring up the Bears center fielder Riley Paulino. Another one of those versatile hitters in the Bears lineup. He's led off this year, batted in the 3rd hole. 7, now he's hitting in a 9 spot, serving as his second leadoff hitter. First pitch, just off the plate. Christopher trying to expand that zone, working the black versus the white, doing a good job here early. Short lead both for Sombrero and Gagnon. Swung on, hit toward Vargas in center field, and that'll be Oscarino who'll make the play. And now retire Paulino on the fly ball to left field, and that'll bring up Hunter Ferguson, who flew out to Vargas his first time. Oscarino did a nice job of tracking that fly ball
Catcher, Hunter Ferguson.
to make the put out. You'll see Ferguson stepping up to the plate. He swung at the first pitch he saw to lead off the ball game. Gagnon led off with a single to center. Sombrero single to right, and then Melton popped up the bunt. Paulino flew out to left. Breaking ball outside corner, strike 2. Strike 1. Second time through the lineup for the Bears here early. Flipping the lineup over. Always interested to see how pitchers do with that second time through the lineup. 0-1. Change up, caught the outside corner. Oh, 2. Stevens will sit up outside. Fastball just off the plate. Trying to count to a ball and 2 strikes. Gets his sign from Stevens. He'll come set. He'll rock and fire. Swung on, popped up. Kroll will call for it. And he'll squeeze it for the third out of the inning. And now retire the Bears. As we go to the bottom half of the second, do it for the Eagles. It will be 5, 6, 7, Mantooth, Osmond, Boscarino, College Baseball, Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. Gary Justice, Gabriel Schraub bringing you the action on for the Appalachian Athletic Conference postseason tournament. Looking at Shea McTavish, who will toe the rubber for the second time today. Allowed a hit, a run. 2 flyouts and a ground out in the bottom half of the first. Through 10 pitches, 7 strikes. Just waiting on Hunter Ferguson, who made that last out. Getting his stuff on. McTavish will face 5, 6, 7, Mantooth, Osmond, and Boscarino. Bears 4 hits through 2 innings. However, Adam Christopher's done a nice job of pitching around trouble.
Leading off for the Eagles, the designated hitter, Jacob Mantooth.
Jacob Mantooth, the DH, will be the first hitter here for the Eagles in their half of the second. First pitch inside, corner, strike 1. Shea being very quiet with his mechanics this afternoon. 0-1. Hit him. Got him on the elbow. So make sure he's okay. Can't tell if he got him on the elbow, on the wrist. Looks like he's looking at the elbow. Looks like he's all right, though. Talking to the first base coach.
The right fielder, Barry Osmond.
Barry Osmond, the right fielder, now hit. Osmond be followed by Boscarino. The pitch will get away from Ferguson. This will allow Mantooth to advance from first to second. So the Eagles get a runner on second base without putting the ball in play in the bottom of the second inning. A hit by a pitch, a pass ball allows the runner to advance from first to second. Now Osmond will hit with 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on, hit towards Paulino in center field. He'll make the play. The throw will be into second. As you see, Mantooth's able to advance to third base. Now runners on the corners.
The left fielder, Luca Boscarino.
With nobody out, Luca Boscarino will hit. Runners at first and second. Eagles threatening again in the second inning. Pitch misses out of the zone. Good look at Boscarino, the left fielder, doing a nice job. He'll be followed by Dryden House. Out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. McTavish hit Mantooth. Osmond single to center. 2 balls, no strikes on Boscarino. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. As the St. Andrews Knights just arrived here at Hunter Wright Stadium. 2-1. Swung on, hit to Sombrero to Revolt. The play at first will be in time. So the 6-4-3, they'll allow a run to score. That'll be Dryden House. So a hit by pitch, a pass ball, a single, and a double play leads to a run for the Eagles. House, and then Ryan Stevens will hit here in the second if he's able to reach. Fastball in. One-0. Breaking ball, was he able to check the swing? Yes, he was. 2 balls, no strikes. Good look at Dryden House, the third baseman for the Eagles. Does a good job handling the hot corner. The team from Waleska. Pitch low and in. 3 balls, no strikes. McTavish struggling to find the zone this inning. Fastball outside corner. Inning number 1, he threw 10 pitches, 7 strikes. That'll be ball 4.
The catcher, Ryan Stevens.
Thrown 13 pitches this inning and 5 strikes. Bring up Ryan Stevens, the catcher. He'll hit with 2 outs. If he's able to get on, Robert Phelps will hit. Second inning. Breaking ball in this. 1 ball, no strikes. Look at the backstop for the Reinhardt Eagles. Swung on, hit to the Sombrero at shortstop, hill field, toss, in time. And that will retire the Eagles in their half of the second inning. However, they'll add 1 more to the scoreboard, leading this one 2-0. As we go to the top half of the third inning, it'll be 2-3-4 for the Bears. Revolt. Brooks Gurney, College Baseball, Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the top half of the third. Eagles over the Bears 2-0. A good look at Adam Christopher, who will toe the rubber for the third time today. About 4 hits, 5 flyouts, 1 ground out, thrown 27 pitches, 22 strikes for the right-hander.
Leading off for the Bears, it's the second baseman, Cam Revolt.
2-3-4 do it for the Bears. Bears second baseman Cam Revolt. Good shot of him stepping in the box. He's had an infield single first time, basically a swinging bunt. The Bears had 2 base runners in the first inning and 2 base runners in the second inning. However, Christopher's done a nice job working around trouble. Swung on, hit down the third base line, foul. Counts even one ball, 1 strike. Swung on, tap foul. Anthony Houck will be the third base coach for the Bears. Kobe Walls, the first base coach. One, 2. Low and out. Nice job by Stevens to block it up. Good fundamentals even without runners on base. Defense playing Revolt straight up. 2-2. Swung on, hit down the left field line, hooking into the picnic area.
Seeing it now.
2-2. Swung on, got on his hands. Phelps will make the play at shortstop for the first out of the inning. I bring up Noah Brooks.
Left fielder, Noah Brooks.
Brooks singled to left field his first time. Brooks will then be Austin Gurney to follow him. Pitch miss outside, 1 ball, no strikes. No runs, 4 hits for the Bears, 2 runs, 2 hits for the Eagles. Swung on, missed. A little off-speed pitch. Christopher's done a nice job of keeping the Bears off balance. Fastball is outside, 2-1. Things starting to get a little warmer here at Kingsport. Sun's coming out. Had a little bit of rain this morning. Swung on, hit down the third base line. It'll be a fair ball. And Brooks will stroll into second base with a double down the left field line. Be his second hit of the day. Bring up Austin Gurney. He popped out to Stevens, the catcher, his first time.
The right fielder, Austin Gurney.
So for the third consecutive innings, the Bears have a base runner on. They've got hits in the first, hits in the second. I have an opportunity to score here in the third. Breaking ball, get away from Stevens, not far enough away for Brooks. Good look at the Bears right fielder, Austin Gurney. Nice job by Ryan Stevens to keep that baseball in front of him as well. Short lead for Brooks from second base, 1-0. Just missed out of the zone, tried high and away. Revolt led off this inning, popped out to Phelps at shortstop. Brooks doubled down the left field line. Now 2 balls, no strikes on Austin Gurney. Fastball in, 3 balls, no strikes. Christopher has yet to issue a free pass here. And the hitting approach for Austin Gurney is 3 balls, no strikes. Got to assume he may have the green light. It has to be 1 pitch, 1 spot, very small spot. Swung on, foul. Same thing, 3 balls, 1 strike. If you see something you like, you got to hit it hard. You can be selective. Three, 1. Caught the inside corner. Strike 2. Fills it up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Christopher's done a nice job after trailing this count. 3 balls and no strikes. Got Gurney to bounce 1 foul. About the inside part of the zone. Now Gurney will have to protect himself at the plate. Fight off pitches. 3-2. Swung on. Fouled off once again. A couple of pitches that Austin has fouled off SAB. His timing's off ever so slightly. He's getting off the end of the bat. See if he can keep his weight back and drive the baseball. 3-2. Swung on, hit down to the first base line, be a base hit. Brooks will round third, he'll stay there. So for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Bears have 2 hits in the inning. So now you have runners at first and third with 1 out. Garen Gledhill, the DH, will be the hitter for the Bears. Big Gledhill, he'll be followed by Joe Gagnon. Swung on, hit the Kroll at first. He'll go to the shortstop, the 1-6-1 double play. Excellent job to the 3-6-1 double play, retire the Bears. Nice job of Christopher working around some trouble. As we go to the bottom half of the 3rd, it'll be 2-3-4. Dion, Kroll, Vargas, College Baseball, Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. Gary Justice, Southeast Sports Network, bringing today's action. Shea McTavish will toe the rubber for the 3rd time today. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 1, 2 ground outs, 3. Check that, 2 flyouts, 3 ground outs. Thrown 25 pitches, 13 strikes for the right-hander. Louis Dion, Ash Kroll, and Adrian Vargas will face the right-hander. Dion, first team All AAC selection.
Leading off is the shortstop, Robert Phelps.
Check that. This is Phelps. That's my apologies, folks. I made a book error. First pitch is inside. Phelps, his first time he flew out to left field. One-0. Pitch way outside. Let's a good look at the shortstop for Reinhardt, he made a couple plays in that top half of the third to help control the Bears, keep them off scoreboard. 2-0. Hit him. That's the second person Shay McTavish has hit this afternoon.
Second baseman, Louis D.
The pitching coach will go out and talk with the hurler.
Let's go to the mound, Jeff. Cup's in the way. Yeah, that's all right.
Tyler Russell, the pitching coach, go out and talk to the hurler. First inning, Shay McTavish threw 10 pitches, only 7. He threw 7 strikes. Struggled with control in the second. He hit Phelps as well.
Go ahead and put it on the hitter, Jeff, please. We'll get him. I'll talk about Dion. He's an all-conference kid.
This will be the second baseman, Louis Dion, first team All AAC selection. It will hit with a runner on first base. And nobody out. Fastball high and off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Cam Brodier went 7 innings yesterday for the Bears. Richter Castillo went the last 2. 1-0. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. So that performance by Brodier helped the Bears compete in this conference tournament, a week-long tournament. Swung on, popped up. Brooks will give chase. He'll call for it, and he'll squeeze it for the first out of the inning. Nice job of Noah Brooks to make the play.
Great pitch, Jay. Great pitch. Here we go, Nash. Find a barrel, 30.
First baseman, Nash Crowell.
Excellent job, Jeff. Excellent job.
One pitch. Let's roll it up here.
Bring him Nash Kroll. He flew out to left field his first time. Fastball off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Nash Kroll also selected first team All AAC. One-0. Swung on, missed. McTavish look at the fastball by the first baseman. Adrian Vargas waits on deck. Kroll, one of the league leaders in home runs, RBIs. That first cut from Nash Kroll was his best cut. He was trying to deposit that one over the left field wall. Fastball outside corner. Run to count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tough for 2 here, Nash.
1-2 delivery. The throw will be in time. And a retired Philip Stilling. 2-4. Excellent throw by Hunter Ferguson. You'll see Hunter there. Retires the base runner. And 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I mean, Deuce is wild here for the Bears. Bottom half of the third. He'll bounce the breaking ball. Phelps had hopped off like he was going to steal early. Shea did a nice job of keeping his composure on the mound. And then Ferguson threw a strike to revolt at second base to retire Phelps. 3-2. Swung on and missed. And that will retire the Eagles in the bottom half of the third. As we go to the top half of the fourth, it'll be 6, 7, 8 for the Bears. Gagnon, Sombero, Melton. College baseball, Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. Gary Justice, Southeast Sports Network, bringing you college baseball action. It is the Appalachian Athletic Conference postseason tournament. Adam Christopher will toe the rubber for the fourth time today. 6 hits allowed so far. 6 flyouts, 2 groundouts, 45 pitches, 33 strikes. The Bears, in the first 3 innings, they've got 2 hits in each inning. However, the right-hander's done a great job of keeping the Bears off the scoreboard.
Leading off the first baseman, Joe Gagnon.
Joe Gagnon will lead things off. He singled his first time. Breaking ball, caught the zone, no balls in the strike. Gagnon, Sombero, Melton. Off-speed pitch misses low and out. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Eagles got runs in the bottom of the first, bottom of the second. Leading this one 2-0. Curved ball will miss. The junior transfer. High school teammates with Noah Brooks. Swung on, that baseball hit to center field, be the second base hit of the day for Joe Gagnon. He'll round first base and he'll go into second base with a leadoff double. And for the 4th consecutive inning, the Bears will have a base runner via base hit. For the second time today, the leadoff hitter will be on. And I'll bring up Francis Sombero, the Bears shortstop. He singled his first time. Off-speed pitch, outside corner, strike 1, so it'll be Sombero, then Melton. 7 hits in the first 4 innings of play for the Bears offensively. Unable to put anything on the scoreboard yet, though. Shows bunt. And they'll retire Sombero at first base. However, they'll allow Gagnon to advance from second to third. A little sacrifice bunt action from the Bears shortstop.
Third baseman, Mason Melton.
Bring up Mason Melton, the Bears third baseman. He had a bunt attempt his first time, popped out to the pitcher. Outside corner, strike 1 will be Melton, then Raleigh Paulino. Bears had a runner on third base in the third. However, a 1-6-3 double play. Check that 3-6-1 double play retired them in the third. Swung on, hit to the second baseman. Melton will be retired. However, Joe Gagnon did not go.
The center fielder, Riley Paulino.
Nice job by Louis Dion, the second baseman, to field it quickly and retire him at first. I'll bring up Riley Paulino, the Bears' center fielder. He flew out to left his first time. Breaking ball is inside. It'll be Paulino, then Ferguson. Gagnon led off the inning with a double. Sombrero sacrifice bunt. Melton grounded out to second base. And 1 ball, no strikes on Paulino. Off-speed pitch swung on, missed. One. Fastball high and off the plate. Two one. Swung on, that baseball hit to left center. That ball fall. Riley Paulino will drive in a run.
The catcher, Hunter Ferguson.
I bring up Hunter Ferguson. He flew out to center and popped out to first. As the Bears do get on the scoreboard. 4 innings, 8 hits. The Bears now close the gap 2-1. Ferguson had a big defensive play in the bottom half of the third. He threw out a base run. Ball swung on, popped up. That one escaped Hunter Wright Stadium. Paulino was on the move. With 2 outs and the leadoff hitter up, maybe a little bit more aggressive. Paulino leads the team. He and Noah Brooks are tied for team lead in stolen bases on the season. Oh, 1. Off-speed pitch, caught the outside corner. Got to count no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Off the plate, runs count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two delivery upcoming. Off-speed pitch. Missed the zone. Allow Paulino to steal second base. Under the scoring position once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here for the Bears. Top half of the 4th. Swung on, popped up. Phelps, the shortstop, will call for it, and he'll make the play. And that retired the Bears in their half of the 4th. However, they'll crack the scoreboard for the first time today. Adrian Vargas, Jacob Mantooth, Osmond do it for the Eagles in their half of the 4th. You watch college baseball in the Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the...
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Shea McTavish will toe the rubber for the fourth time today. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 3 flyouts, 3 groundouts, 37 pitches, 18 strikes so far. Fastball just off the plate. Adrian Vargas, Jacob Mantooth, Barry Osmond in the home half of the fourth. Fastball outside corner. 1 run, 8 hits for Pike. 2 runs, 2 hits for Reinhardt. Runs count 2 balls and a strike. I'm going to show you this view. See where Cam Revolt, the second baseman, is playing. All turf field. Gives himself a little bit more room, more time to field the baseball. 2-1. Swung on, fouled off. Over the press box. We've had a couple of baseballs enter the press box this week. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McTavish has 1 punch out so far. He's walked 1, hit 2. 2-2. Swung on off the end of the bat. Brooks will go back, set his feet. Squeezes it for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Jacob Mantooth.
Designated hitter, Jacob Mantooth.
He was hit by a pitch to lead off the second inning. Mantooth and then Osmond. Swung on. That will leave Hunter Rod Stadium. Had a brief rain shower between halves of the inning. Still got a little sprinkle going on. 0-1. Swung on, hit the Milton the third. He'll set his feet. Long throw across the diamond in time. Retires Mantooth 5-3. That's going to bring up Barry Osmond, the right fielder. He singled to center his first time. Osmond and Boscarino. Change up, outside corner, strike 1. Home plate umpire. The rotation is counterclockwise. He was a third base umpire last night. Fastball in. Evens count 1 ball, 1 strike. I recognize a lot of these umpires from last year's tournament. Well officiated tournament in 2024. Well officiated tournament so far in 2025. 1-1. Swung on. Hit towards Brooks in left field. He'll set his feet, corrals it for the third out. So for the first time today, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Shea McTavish. As we go to the top half of the fifth, it'll be 2-3-4 for the Bears. Revolt to Brooks and Gurney. College baseball. Southeast Sports Network.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the top half of the fifth. Adam Christopher will toe the rubber for the fifth time today. He's got 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 7 flyouts, 4 ground outs, 62 pitches, 44 strikes. Cam Revolt will lead things off for the Bears in their half of the fifth. Fastball, strike 1. Gary Justice, Southeast Sports Network, Gabriel Schra. Glad to be bringing you guys the action. Happy to be spending a Wednesday afternoon with you. Fastball outside corner. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes on the Bears' second baseman. Rain still hanging around ever so slightly, which on a turf surface could lead to slick condition. Breaking ball off the plate. Christopher tried the outside corner. Just missed. Pitch low and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice job of Revolt to work the count. One gone, hit to the third baseman. He'll field and set his feet, go across diamond in time. Nice job of House over to Vargas. Entire Revolt 5-3. Bring him Noah Brooks. He's singled and he doubled both down the left field line.
Noah Brooks.
Reinhardt, the regular season AAC champions, with that victory, they've already got an automatic berth into the national tournament. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Excellent job getting underneath the hands, Noah Brooks. Oh, 1. Swung on, hit towards center field, and he'll make the play. Nice job of
right fielder,
make the play.
Gurney.
Bring up Austin Gurney. Popped out the catcher and singled to right. So the Bears in the first 4 innings, they've had 2 hits each inning. No balls and a strike. I just saw Austin Gurney had hawked the umpire, so he didn't catch the baseball. How can it be a strike? That's not one of the requirements for a strike, but it's a nice drive for the Bears right fielder. But the Bears are, Christopher's 1 out away from working his first clean inning. Breaking ball. Tried the inside corner and missed. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The breaker caught the outside corner that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Austin will have to protect the plate a little bit more. Choke up, spread out. Swung on and missed. That will be the first clean inning for Adam Christopher this afternoon, as he'll retire. The side will be his first punch out as we go to the bottom half of the 5th. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Boscarino, Howe, Stevens, College Baseball, Southeast Sports Network.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
In Kingsport, it's 2-1. Reinhardt University leading the Bears of Pikeville. I'm Gabriel Schrei, here with me, Gary Justice. It's college baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Gary, barn burner so far.
Yeah, Adam Christopher done a nice job of working around some trouble. Worked his first clean inning in the 5th. Allow Shea McTavish to toe the rubber for the 5th time today. 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 5 flyouts, 4 groundouts, 47 pitches, 25 strikes. He's hit 2 batters.
Chopper, this one goes foul.
Luca Boscarino bounced into a 6-4-3 back in the 2nd. Been very impressed with Adam Christopher for the Eagles. The Bears got 2 base runners on in innings 1, 2, 3, and 4, but he only allowed 1 run, working around minimizing innings, preventing scores. Nice job by the right-hander.
Popped up, in trouble in left field. Goodbye. Controlled, and he'll go back to the dugout with that.
Yeah, nice job of Noah Brooks and Riley Paulino, the left fielder and right fielder, communicating on the fly ball. Quickly got the first out. That's 4 straight that McTavish. Check that. That is 6 straight he's retired. Dryden House, the third baseman, he walked back in the 2nd.
You probably figured it out a while ago, but we lost our action camera down from the dugout. Bang! Left field, it's foul just over the line.
Yeah, I kept on slicing away from Brooks, and it's hard for that baseball is always going to go towards the line, whether it be hooking or slicing.
Nearly able to drop that foul, or fair rather. Great strike of the ball.
Yeah, both these lineups have been attacking the baseball early in the count. Both pitchers have done a nice job of controlling the offense. The offense is only a 2-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th.
Delivers that, the 0-1, rises the count, evening at 1.
Yeah, tried the change low and outside, just missed.
Delivers again, this time it drops into the turf, ball 2.
Yeah, Shea fastball, change up, slider. This is his arsenal.
2-1. One's outside as well. A third ball. One away already for the Pikeville Bears, who are looking to retire the bottom side of this 5th inning. In an absolute duel with the Reinhardt Eagles. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice. We're trying to avoid the rain, Gary. 3-1, fouled off to fill our count.
Well, it's key to avoid that rain, especially with expensive video equipment.
just a little bit. We got a tent over the outfield camera if you're wondering why we're still in the outfield. Shout out to Visit Kingsport again. This one fouled off into the backstop.
That one was only a matter of inches of entering the press box.
Again. Would have been the second time for today we were in significant danger. Big cut. He'll go down swinging. 2 away for Pikeville's Bears. What a punch out from McTavish.
Yeah, nice job, 3-2, continuing the battle. That'll be his second strikeout of the afternoon. McTavish trying to work his second clean inning in a row. That's 7 straight. He's retired. I think if Ryan Stevens, the catcher, bounced out 6-4 his first time. Pitch high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. If Stevens able to reach the top part of the lineup, Robert Phelps will hit here in the home half of the 5th. Swung on, hit foul down the third base line. We've seen a lot of good pitching all week long so far, and this one's lived up to the billing as also. McTavish and Adam Christopher. 1-1. Swung on, hit to Melton a third. Nice play. He'll set his feet though across the diamond. Joe Gagnon to retire Stevens 5-3. So that is 8 straight. McTavish is set down as we go to the home half of the 6th. Check at the top of the 6th. Big Gledhill, Gagnon, Sabero. College baseball. Southeast Sports Network.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help.
Welcome back to Kingsport as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Adam Christopher threw 5 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 strikeout, 8 flyouts, 5 groundouts. That one's hit towards left field. Boscarino will make the play. Retired Garen Gledhill on the fly ball.
Quickly 1 away.
first baseman, Joe Gagnon.
Pretty good, Joe Gagnon. He is singled in the second, and he doubled in the fourth lead off that inning. That was the first run of the game for the Bears.
With one away, that's delivered with some authority for ball one. Again from Christopher.
Christopher's done a nice job today of limiting the Bears' offense. He's given up 8 hits, but done a nice job in the runs column, only giving up 1.
2-0, that's low. Way out ahead in the count.
Gagnon, then Sombrero.
2-1 lets that sail by. Count even at 2.
Yeah, nice job of Christopher to battle back. Went fastball, then change.
Gets a hold of the 2-2, flown to center left, and this will be controlled by the Reinhardt Eagles. Way back deep. Great job by Vargas again.
Yeah, nice job of getting the baseball,
Shortstop,
getting to a spot and fielding the baseball. Again, so many times the outfielders want to float with the baseball, and that can lead into some trouble. Bring up the Bears shortstop. Francis Sombrero, he singled to right and had a sac bunt back in the fourth.
Banger left field again. This time trending under the ball is Boscarino, and he'll retire the side for the Reinhardt University Eagles, flipping us to the bottom of the 6th inning between these two. Don't go anywhere. College baseball, a 2-1 matchup. Out in front, the Reinhardt Eagles.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where everyone...
We flash to the other side of town and take a look at softball. It's the Koalas of Columbia College and the Lions of Bryan College. Through the bottom of the first, Deshaun Campbell. What? I just spoonerized their names. Deshaun Bullock and Jeff Campbell on the call over there. You can tune in also on the Southeast Sports Network and across all of our platforms. I'm Gabriel Schreid, Gary Justice with me. We are on the other side of town at Hunter Wright Stadium as we'll get you back to full screen between the Reinhardt Eagles and Pikeville Bears. Looks like a good matchup starting over there.
So McTavish will toe the rubber for the 6th time today. 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 punch-outs, 6 fly balls, 5 ground balls, 60 pitches, 34 strikes. He's hit 2 batters.
Delivered for strike 1, just paints the corner. Beautiful delivery.
McTavish throwing the baseball well today. On the bump.
Phelps, the shortstop at the plate. Big shout out. I don't think I've ever felt so supported for a baseball game outside of Division I in my life as I did for this. That's strike 2 as Phelps takes a big cut. So a big shout out to 2 of the best in sports information and data in this world, in this planet, and in this conference. David Finney at Reinhardt University does such a great job. He sent us pronunciations. He always keeps everything up to date, does great stories. And Rick Bentley, the director of athletic communications for Pikeville. You know, we know so much about these programs because of these 2. The backstories we have, even on facilities, like Rick Bentley shared the story of the 77 flood in Pikeville with us. and about how the gym had turned sideways. Just really good backstories and information.
Yeah, great programs, great players. And Robert Phelps, second team All-AAC, trying to get things started here for the Eagles in the bottom half of the sixth. If you talk about quality universities, quality programs, athletic departments, that's what it's about. It starts with those type of guys, David Finney, Rick Bentley, got quality coaches, and Jonathan Burton, and also Cody Anderchuk.
Count remains even at 2. Whoa. Look out.
Yeah, McTavish has already hit 2. Got inside there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Phelps will be followed by Dion. Ball 4, he'll get past Ferguson. So it'll be a leadoff walk. Be the second of the day issued by Shea McTavish.
The second baseman, Louis Dion.
McTavish will try to regain his composure here, get ready to face the next hitter. Dion's triple to right, and he's also flew out to left. Low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Nash Kroll, the first baseman for the Eagles, waits on deck. 1-0. Swung on, popped up. Brooks will make the play and left. That'll be the first out of the inning.
First baseman, Nash Kroll.
Bring up Nash Kroll. Had a sac fly back in the first, and he also struck out in the third. You'll see Nash Kroll, the first team All-AAC member.
Kroll has been so good. Canadian cannon. 1 away. A little check-in over at 1, making sure he's comfortable.
Yeah, Kroll is such a next level. You talk about feared offensive players in the country. Right there he is on your screen.
The team calls him Nash Bash. His dad is a huge SESN fan. Shout out to Dad. Always get lots of love from Dad on social media. Met him in person a couple of times. He's made the trip from Canada down to North Georgia. Bang! Left side. This goes foul.
Well, the Nash Bash got all of that one. That one left a long way. It's a long strike, but Kroll got the inside fastball and turned on that one. Turns out to be just a long strike.
Count even at 1 with 1 away and 1 on board. Kroll holds off, and that paints the outside of the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, I got him on the change there. Kroll had shifted his weight already, and the baseball hadn't quite got there yet. Did a nice job of keeping his hands back and not swinging the bat. Because if he had swung the bat, he had just rolled the baseball over to the shortstop.
Kroll watches that roll through the turf, and it evens our count at 2.
Got the pitcher and the hitter batter. That's a good one now. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We'll check in over at 1, making sure he's feeling comfortable.
Yeah, Robert Phelps has already attempted 1 stolen base today, and Ferguson retired him back in the 3rd on the steal attempt.
Two-1 Reinhardt Eagles in the 2025 AAC tournament. Bash! Right up the middle. Kroll has created a lot of room and space. Here we go, around the bases, down to 3, prime scoring position, slides in, and he is easily safe as we've got runners on the corners in Kingsport, Tennessee. A man out at 3rd, prime scoring position. Can the Eagles of Reinhardt University capitalize against the Pikeville Bears?
Yeah, nice job of Kroll keeping the hands back and driving that baseball back up the middle. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Adrian Vargas, who has popped out to the first baseman, flew out to left field. You'll see Phelps getting his lead from third. Shows a bunt. That's where you have to be able to communicate defensively.
Phelps came way down. You'll see him creeping down that base path. He got about 25 feet down the path there. Might as well call it an even 30 and say he was a third of the way home. 1-0. Ooh, showed bunt. I think Vargas got hit, and he'll take his place at 1.
Yeah, they'll load the bases up to be the third batter on today that Shea McTavish has hit.
McTavish has done so well in this game, so well all season. I'd love to see his day continue.
So Cody Anderchuk, the head coach, will go talk to the hurler. Starting to have a few guys move around in the Bears bullpen. There's also maybe a discussion defensively what the Bears are going to do when the baseball's hit to them. Bases loaded, only 1 out.
Interesting to see him covering his mouth.
Yeah, so that's a – there's a lot of clips you'll see on social media and on the internet where you can see like where hitters have picked up a tip or a communication. Hey, we're going to throw fastball, so now everything's hitting both the glove, a hand, whatever it may be. Now this brings up Jacob Mantooth, who was hit by a pitch in the second, bounced out 5-3 in the fourth with a huge opportunity here, Gabe, with bases loaded and only 1 out to extend this 1-run lead.
With 1 away, this zips by. Ball 1. Mantooth watches that go low.
One 0. Good off-speed pitch from Shea McTavish.
Count even at 1 with 1 away. The bases loaded for the Reinhardt Eagles. Pikeville must slam the door, Gary. The 1-1 chopper left, controlled at third base, thrown to home in time. Send him back to the dugout with empty hands.
Yeah, nice job of the freshman Mason Milton on the fielder's choice. Retires the runner at the plate.
Right fielder Barry Eisman.
I think of Barry Osmond. He's singled to center and flew out to center. Big time play there by the third baseman. Only a freshman as well, because that can have spilled a lot of danger.
Eisman.
Good look at him there, right? He's a good looking player for the Eagles as well.
2 away and the base is loaded. Eisman, they're going to walk home a run, a freebie. McTavish hits a 4th batter.
The second in this inning.
Well, hopefully Eisman's okay. Looks like he is. He takes his way down the base path. A run walked home. It's 3-1 now. The advantage in the pocket of the Reinhardt Eagles in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, this is an offense you don't need to help out very much.
No, you can't afford to help out this offense. Shea McTavish just has to stay calm and find his way out of this side of the inning. Oh, no. Oh, goodness. A second in a row, 3 times in this half inning. It's 4-1 Reinhardt Eagles. 2 free runs on the board.
The third baseman.
I hate that.
You talk about 3 times this inning's the last 4 batters.
Oh, no, Gary.
So now you got to just keep your composure. The team's still only down 4-1. Your job on the mound is to keep your team in the ball game as much as possible. He'll be facing Dryden House, the third baseman.
Can he change his fortune in a showdown with House?
Go throw strike one here. Only one out away from getting out of this jam. We've always talked about minimizing innings. There's this opportunity to minimize this inning. They scored 2 this inning, but you can minimize it, keep it at 2. You're still only one swing of the bat away from tying it up.
1-0, paints the corner. Count even at 1. 2 away, the bases are loaded, and House is feeling it. He could really shake things up. One. Delivered across the corner. McTavish could punch him out and retire the side.
Yeah, he's starting to find a little bit more of a groove here against House.
One, two. Banger. Rolls through the infield. That will retire the side. McTavish and the Pikeville Bears prevent any further damage than they'd already sustained and keep it a 3-run game as we enter the top of the 7th between the Reinhardt Eagles and the Pikeville Bears on the Southeast Sports Network.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. Gary Justice, Gable Stry bringing you baseball action. We go to the top half of the 7th. You're looking at Adam Christopher. He'll toe the rubber for the 7th time today. 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 strikeout, 11 flyouts, 5 ground outs, 81 pitches so far, 57 strikes for the right-hander. We'll have a pinch hitter for Mason Milton.
Bears, number 7, Tanner Gerosa.
So Gerosa will lead things off, second team All AAC member. Swung on. It'll be a base hit for Tanner Gerosa.
Great strike of the ball. That one dropped perfectly into position.
That's going to bring up Ollie Paulino. So Gerosa, who he'll check out, and then Milton will check back in and run.
The batter for the Bears, the center fielder, Riley Paulino.
I think of Riley Paulino, the Bears center fielder. Paulino was flew out to left and singled to left. Nice response so far for the Bears in this inning.
Safe.
That's a quick move from Christopher. You have to have quick feet to have an effective move. Swung on, hit back to Christopher. He'll go to the shortstop, Phelps over to Nash Kroll in time. A little 1-6-3 double play nice and smooth.
Very, very nice play. Very smooth. 1-6-3, bang, bang, bang. He's gone. Back to the dugout. 2 away already on the top side.
Yeah, after the leadoff single, Christopher did a nice job of inducing a nice weak ground ball, allowed to get 2 outs with 1 pitch. Bring up the leadoff hitter, Hunter Ferguson, who's flew out to center, popped out to the first baseman. He's also popped out to the shortstop. Christopher continues to pound the zone.
A 1. Quickly, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's done a nice job all day long and just pounding the zone, getting right back on the rubber, staying in rhythm. He and Stevens have been on the same page the majority of the day. Christopher's worked around some trouble. The Bears have 9 hits, only 1 run. He's got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild here in the top half of the 7th. Richter Castillo throwing for the pin for the Bears. He got the save last night.
Christopher. 2-2 is choppered left, controlled, sent to 1 in time. 6-3, goodbye. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th inning between these 2 sides. Don't go anywhere. College Baseball, Southeast Sports Network.
Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee.
So they're calling the players off the field. I think this is a weather delay. So there's some storm clouds to the press box view to the right. And I don't know if this is a lightning delay because the discussion was there. 77 degrees, little wind gust, but that's the only thing I can tell because Pikers here and hit the field defensively. They pulled him off the field, and then Coach Jonathan Burton, seeking for his team, into the dugout as well. So you see the Eagles players, you see Bill Popp, the commissioner of the AAC, he's making the decision.
Bill just walked off your screen to the left. There he is on the phone trying to figure this out.
Yeah, so this is the challenge here as far as balancing safety and weather. And you look out there, hey, it's not raining. Let's guys play. And well, there's safety precautions put in place for a reason as far as lightning strikes, thunderstorms, warnings. It may be, and he's doing such a good job of keep everybody informed. And we'll try to get some updates for you.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. That's the commissioner of the Appalachian Athletic Conference, athletic director of Tennessee Wesleyan, head coach of Reinhardt University. Bill Popp is the commissioner, and we are under a weather delay. Had to make the tough call. We've got a strike within range from lightning, so it's at least 30 minutes, so I'd say about 29 from right now. But you know what that means. Go get some snacks, kick back. We'll be back. We'll be here. We're not going to break the feed. You can leave it up. And Gary Justice and I will be downstairs raiding the snack bar together. We'll be back with you when you've got your own snacks. Don't go anywhere. College baseball will return 4-1. Reinhardt leading down the back stretch. We'll see if they can hold off the surging U-Pike Bears after the lightning delay. Don't go anywhere.
Stay connected with the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the Southeast Sports Network all season long. Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X for the latest scores, highlights, and exclusive content. Don't miss a moment. Visit their websites and get connected today.
Kingsport is more than just a stop, it's a destination. From family fun at Bays Mountain Park to championship golf, arts, and local events, there's something here for everyone. Ready to experience Southern hospitality at its finest? Plan your visit today and see why Kingsport is the perfect place to relax, explore, and make unforgettable memories. Visit kingsport.com. Your adventure starts here.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, Written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATVs life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATVs life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at SESNsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere. Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
We're back. We're still here with you. The weather delay is over. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice with me. College baseball on the Southeast Sports Network. Reinhardt Eagles, Pike Bears. This one fouled off. Bottom of 7, 4-1 Reinhardt lead. 1-2 count. Morrison from on top of the mound delivers that with some authority. Two. Banger right up the middle. This one roped. Oh, he lost it at second. So with a full count, he's on board for the Reinhardt Eagles on first base. Great strike of the ball. Finds a little bit of space and able to get through on board.
The runner at first base is number 13, Ethan Moore.
Pinch runner, Ethan Moore. Delivered that with some juice on it. Little check-in over at 1. Morrison on the mound delivers. There's the delivery. 1-2, count rises to 2-2. Got a hold of that, rope to the left, controlled, 2. This one to 1 in time, 2 away.
The second baseman, Louis Diaz.
Really impressive turn. This one delivered for strike 1, paints the corner. Another powerful delivery for strike 2, right over the corner. Bears and Morrison looking to retire the side. Great delivery, paints the corner and punches him out. Pikeville sends us to the other side of the half inning in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Nobody
In Kingsport, 4-1, strike one immediately delivered. Strike two delivered with authority. Oh, 2. Got a hold of this, floated. Over the center, it's down. A little bloop for the Pikeville Bears, and he'll stay put on the bag at 1. What a strike of the ball.
The left fielder, Noah Brooks.
So Brooks next in the lineup for the Pikeville Bears.
First base, number 10, Connor Moody.
Great strike of the ball. Little bloop into the outfield. And in a 3-run game, the Pikeville Bears have 1 on board. Top of the 8th, Gabriel Schrei, Gary Justice, glad you're with us. This is delivered an absolute laser from on top of the mound. Sails over for ball 1. Paulson dealing, the righty. Paulson sends that one right down Main Street. Paulson again, great delivery, strike 2. Paulson creeping up on a punch out. You can tell he's feeling it. 1-2 delivery. Held off, count even at 2. Apologize for the weather delay, not much we can do about that. Wanted to cut on that and play out at 2 in time. The Eagles, unreal. He tagged up, heads out to 2. They get him. The Bear headed back to the dugout. Reinhardt turns a double of sorts.
The right fielder, Austin Gurney.
So now they'll turn to Gurney. Bunted. Rolling down the line. Controlled, diving. Kroll got him. That retires the side. Nash Kroll quickly sends us to the other side of the inning. We'll see you in the bottom of the 8th.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee. As we go to the bottom half, the 8th inning, Caleb Morrison will toe the rubber for the second time today. Gary Justice, Gabriel Shaw bringing you today's action. That'll be 3, 4, 5 do it for the Eagles in half. The 8th, Nash Kroll, Adrian Vargas, and Jacob Mantooth. A good look at Nash Kroll in the box. Morrison will rock and fire. The pitching staff all day long, Gabe, for the Eagles have done a nice job of working around jams. 10 hits for the Bears, only 1 run. A testament to the Eagles pitching staff.
Eagles have been a problem from inside of the bullpen today. Kroll looks like he's going to fly out this one on the infield and controlled out at second by the Pikeville Bears. He'll have to go back to the dugout.
Bring up Adrian Vargas, who's popped out to the first baseman, flipped to left field, and he was hit by a pitch. That 6th inning was big. Out of 4 hitters, 3 batters were hit by a pitch, and up leading to a run. Again, the pitchers for Reinhardt done a good job today.
Bunted down the line. Clever wheels from Adrian Vargas, who hustles his way down.
So you have a senior and a sophomore talking to the freshman there. They thought the ball was going to go foul, but Mason Belton went ahead and killed the baseball, so it'll be an infield base hit.
Look at this sally from Adrian Vargas. He's funny.
I'll bring up Jacob Mantooth, the DH, hit by a pitch. He bounced out 5-3 and reached on the fielder's choice. We talked about the pitchers for Reinhardt, Adam Christopher and Hunter Paulson. Both those guys done a good job working with the runners on. Numerically, to put a point to back up my point, the Bears have had 14 at-bats with runners on base. They've only got 4 hits. Swung on, popped up. Take a look at the Bears defensively. Revolt playing Mantooth to pull ever so slightly. One. And the dirt, Ferguson will have the baseball. He'll come to a throw, and it would not be in time. So the wild pitch will allow Vargas to advance from first to second. 2 balls and a strike on Mantooth. And Barry Osmond will hit after him. Two, 1 upcoming. Swung on, popped up. Some confusion on who's going to field it. Gagnon did a nice job coming in and taking control and getting the out. Big Joe come all the way across from the first base box to first base position to make an athletic play. Bring up Barry Osmond, who singled, flew out to center and been hit by a pitch. With 2 outs today, Reinhardt Eagles have had 7 at-bats. They're 0 for 7 so far. Got 2 outs here in the 8th. Be Osmond and then the left fielder. Swung on, missed. You'll see Caleb looking back at the shortstop. He's getting the play call from his shortstop, Francis Sabero, as far as the number of looks they'll have. And if any type of pickoff play with Fargus being at second base. 0-1. Outside corner, and count no balls and 2 strikes. Appreciate you guys spending your Wednesday afternoon with us on the Southeast Sports Network. Gary Justice, Gabriel Schry, Jeff Hubbard running our camera today. 0-2. Rocks, fires. Got the outside part of the plate, missed. Under 1-2. Runners in scoring position today, the Reinhardt Eagles have had 5 at-bats. They're 1 for 5. The Bears are 2 for 10. One-two. Swung gone, hit to the shortstop. He'll field, throw the baseball across the diamond in time. Get Osmond 6-3. The Bears come to the 9th, needing 3. And it'll be Gledhill, Gagno, and Sabero. You're watching college baseball. Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, as we go to the top half of the ninth. Good look at Hunter Paulson, who towed the rubber for the second time today. He allowed a hit, struck out 1. Also got a ground ball through 9 pitches, 7 strikes. He'll be facing 5, 6, 7, Gledhill, Gagno, and Sabero, needing 3 to extend this ball game. Let's look into the Bears' dugout. See what the game plan is. Gledhill on the afternoon. He bounced out 4-3, bounced into a 3-6-1 double play, and flew out to left field back in the 6th inning. 1 run, 10 hits, 1 error for the Bears, 4 runs, 4 hits for the Reinhardt Eagles. First pitch. Got the outside corner, strike 1. Got some action in the Reinhardt bullpen just in case. 0-1. Off-speed pitch. Gledhill, Gagno, and Sabero, all 3 left-handed hitters facing a left-handed pitcher, a sidearm. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Good look at Hunter Paulson. Swung on, that baseball hit to left field. Able to make the play. Be the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, Joe Gagno.
Bring up the first baseman, Joe Gagno. He singled, doubled, and flew out to center field. Fastball inside. Bears down to the last 2 outs. Fastball off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Appreciate you guys' patience due to the weather delay. Quickly, 3 balls and no strikes on the Bears' first baseman. Paulson getting in the pitch call on his wrist. Now he's ready to go. He caught the outside part of the plate. Run to count 3 balls and a strike. Off the plate. Be the first free pass Paulson has issued. Look for maybe a base runner for Gagnon. Gavin Frazier will run for Joe Gagnon. I bring up Francis Sabero. He singled, had a sacrifice bunt, and flew out to left.
The shortstop, Francis Sabero.
Good looking Sabero here at the box. Swung on and missed. Surprising swing in the first pitch after a 5-pitch walk. Sombrero wanting some pine tar to get a little bit more, get the sticky on the bat, especially at the ring, a little slick. Now he's ready to rock and roll.
The Bears want to know if we went to Waffle House. Went down to the dugout and they're like, hey, did you go to Waffle House? I said, maybe.
Paulson doing a good job of painting the corners quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on the Bears shortstop. Got Mason Melton waiting on deck for the Bears. Frazier will get a short lead from first.
0-2. Outside, ball 1. So we have reached a critical juncture. It is the top of the 9th. Pikeville is fighting to stay alive.
Yeah, they need 3. And the Reinhardt pitching staff has been stingy today.
Holds off the count even at 2.
Paulson does a good job of attacking the lower part of the zone. So if you do make contact, it's going to be a lot of ground balls. He's looking for 1 pitch, 2 outs.
With 1 away and 1 on board, 2-2. Look out! Oh, that almost caught the camera. That was close, Gary.
Well, you know, Sombrero had the stickum or the pine tar. He complained about being slick, and it was.
I think it did catch the camera.
Yeah, you can tell the settings on. Yes. Yeah.
Love it.
So Bears down to the last out. First pitch, got the corner. Paulson's come in relief of Adam Christopher, who went the first 7. Pitch out of the zone, 1 ball, 1 strike. If Milton's able to reach, then it'll be Riley Paulino. Milton popped out in the second, bounced out 4-3 in the 4th. Got out of part of the plate, missed. 2 balls and a strike. Good look at Melton, the freshman from Quarrenton, Tennessee. Not too far from Kingsport. Trying to extend the plate just a little bit, unable to do so. Runs count 3 balls and a strike. Got to be very selective here. Need more than you.
Banger controlled over to 1 in time. Reinhardt advances in the winner's bracket. Pikeville Bears put up a fight they probably didn't expect out of the program today. Pikeville really gave the Eagles fits.
Well, the key to the ball game, the Bears had 10 hits and only 1 run. Credit Adam Christopher and Hunter Paulson to controlling the offensive game for the University of Pikeville. But Reinhardt also executed when they had opportunities to put runs on the scoreboard.
Reinhardt looked really good. typical performance from Reinhardt University, really limiting their opponents. Whether their bats are hot or not, they are very, very difficult to round the base path against.
Well, the thing is, you look on the scoreboard, 0 errors, very few walks, pitching and defense travels, quality ball club here on your screen now.
Reinhardt Eagles, Pikeville Bears, a great showdown in Kingsport, Tennessee. Reinhardt takes this one. Gary, some brief closing thoughts from you on the performance of these two programs and what this game means to the entire tournament.
Also, you got to see Reinhardt already qualified for the national tournament, win the regular season AAC. U Pike put up a good battle today. Had to do a better job of getting runners in when they have the opportunity.
Well, that'll do it for us, and a great game in our noon slot. We'll have more coverage coming shortly at both fields on the Southeast Sports Network. Hope you'll join us for it for both the Eagles and, of course, the Bears of Pikeville. All the fans and our entire crew, I'm Gabriel Schreier saying so long from Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport, Tennessee. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the app or platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of Schreier Media and the Southeast Sports Network. Your final score, 4-1, Reinhardt Eagles.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Schreier Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Schreier Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.